not a long ago, being a teenager was a really weird phase. Because you weren't an adult, but you're also not a child anymore. So you're like in this weird in-between stage, and usually it was like you did weird things. You tried things out, and it wasn't perfect, but it was okay to be not mature. So I don't know, you made slime or something, or played weird games or stuff like that, and it was okay and it was fine because you were still a teenager. You were like, I don't know, 13 to 18, and it was okay because everybody knew that you were half of a child and that it's okay that you are kind of a weirdo. And I think when you don't look back at your teens and you're like, that's weird, I think you did something wrong, because I think being a teenie is also about being weird and being and doing stuff that you don't know if you like it, because you try it out and then it's like, okay, I didn't like it. And you have weird crushes, and then you have like secondhand embarrassment when you think of it 2 years later because you are so awkward about it. And that's kind of the charm of being a teenager. And lately, being a teenager just turned to being an adult. You know, when you look online, there are all these children or teens who are so mature and who are like extremely styled, and they have their nails done and something, or they have a 5-figure business or something like that. And I think like, I'm like, bro, when I was 12 I was playing with slime or something like that. And it pressures us to do stuff that are adult stuff, which are this boring stuff you have to do, or you're just behaving like you're 18 when you're in reality you're 14. And everyone expects that you're that mature even when you are a teenager. And I think that's a bad thing, because when you're a teenager, that's the time where you can actually listen to your inner child and do the things your inner child tells you, because you're not an adult, and nobody really should expect you to do these adulty things, and we're so mature. So when your inner child says that you should try out, I don't know, blue glittery lip liner or something like that, then you can't try it out because you're a teenager. And it's okay to have weird makeup, it's because you're still a teenager and you can listen to your inner child. I don't ask you to be childish, but I ask you to act appropriate to your age, because you're not 19, you're not 20, you're not that old. And even if you are so old, you can still do these things, because later you won't do that stuff. That's the only time where you can actually do that stuff, because later you won't ask for it. Okay, like later you won't ask to wear that glittery tank top to school or something like that. Later you won't do that because you're not in school anymore, and second, you're just an adult and you will be more embarrassed about it. And I think that many teenagers nowadays have this feeling that they have to grow up so fast. And I think that's a bad thing, because why would you want that? Okay, being an adult is not bad, but also you have like these teenage years and you only have them once, so why do you try to grow up so fast? I just believe that sometimes you will just feel like, oh, it would be cool when I've just done that, because nobody cares right now. Nobody cares if you're wearing that weird outfit of yours, or that you have weird hobbies or something like that, because you're still a teenager and you shouldn't have these expectations on you that you should act like an adult because you're half of a child, right? And when you think that you are mature and that you're so old, you're not, okay? You're not. You're like weird, and you're actually not that mature, and you think that you know the world, but you don't, okay? So I think that you should appreciate more being a teenager or being younger and do weird things, because later you won't ask for that. Okay, and it's okay that you're not grinding when you're 14 and that you don't have a business when you're 16 and you don't have your life figured out at 17 because you're still a teenager. Okay, it's okay to fail and do shit and learn from it, because we only live once. Okay, that's the first time you're living life, so it's okay that you fail and you try things out. And especially at this young age, it should be okay that you do that stuff. Still enjoy that you are half of a child right now. Work hard and rest hard, guys, and see you in the next one.